Wrapped in a whirlwind of dizzying transformations and unprecedented technological advances, humanity faces an increasingly complex and challenging panorama. In the midst of this maelstrom, the search for answers and guidance becomes more urgent than ever. It is precisely in this context that the wisdom of the ancient philosophical schools re-emerges with unexpected vigor, offering invaluable light to illuminate the complexities of human existence. Far from being simple relics of the past, ancient philosophies such as Stoicism contain deep and timeless knowledge that, applied with discernment, can provide valuable solutions and strategies to face the challenges of modern life. Stoicism, far from being a philosophy that represses emotions or denies the importance of relationships, offers a unique and valuable perspective on love and intimacy. Unlike other philosophies that emphasize passion and emotional intensity, Stoicism proposes a more measured and rational approach to love based on virtue, reason, and self-control. Now, do you long for a deep, meaningful connection that will stand the test of time? No dramas, no disappointments. Today we will embark on a journey to discover 6 fundamental principles that permeate the Stoic perspective on emotional relationships and sexuality. We will discover how this ancient philosophy can guide us toward a more fulfilling, meaningful, and virtuous love life. On this exploratory journey, we will transcend the mere intellectual understanding of Stoic ideas about love. We will delve into the depths of these timeless lessons, discovering how they can radically transform our perspective and experience in intimate relationships. In the vast tapestry of philosophy, the Stoics are distinguished as exceptional figures for their tireless pursuit of emotional balance and their commitment to continuous self-transformation. His philosophy, born in ancient Greece, offers invaluable guidance for navigating life's challenges with serenity and wisdom. The legacy of Stoic philosophy transcends the barriers of time and remains surprisingly relevant in contemporary society. In a world characterized by a torrent of challenges and an atmosphere of excess, Stoic teachings offer a moral compass and practical guide to navigate the turbulence of modern life. So get ready to explore the Stoic perspective on sexuality and romantic relationships and their rich nuance and depth. The Stoics, ancient philosophers who excelled in wisdom, self-discipline, and emotional balance, offer remarkable insight into how to navigate these fundamental aspects of life. Rule 1. The Stoic view of sexuality and romantic relationships. The Stoics, known for their pursuit of emotional balance and personal growth, had a unique perspective on this fundamental aspect of the human experience. For the Stoics, love is neither good nor bad in itself, but is instead categorized as an indifferent preferred. This means that while love can be a source of great joy and satisfaction, it can also be the cause of great pain and suffering. Stoicism places great emphasis on self-love as a fundamental basis for healthy relationships. Before looking for love in another person, we must first cultivate love and acceptance for ourselves. This involves recognizing our strengths and weaknesses, treating ourselves with compassion and respect, and not seeking external validation of our self-esteem. A person with strong self-love is more secure, independent, and capable of establishing mature and balanced relationships. The key is to recognize that love is not under our control and that our happiness does not depend on it. In the fascinating world of Stoic philosophy, love and sexuality are not perceived as superficial or trivial topics, but as essential aspects of the human experience that require deep analysis and nuanced understanding. Rule 2. Emotional balance and self-transformation in sexuality. One of the fundamental pillars of Stoic philosophy was the cultivation of emotional balance. The Stoics believed that achieving Gidionia, a state of fulfillment and achievement, depended on wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Within this context, sexuality was seen as intrinsic to human nature, a powerful force that could be directed virtuously. The Stoics, recognized for their philosophy of virtue and reason, considered the mastery of emotions and desires in the sexual sphere to be crucial. This was not a denial or repression of sexual urges, but a deep understanding of how the way we respond to them shapes our emotional well-being. For the Stoics, sexuality was not a source of unbridled pleasure or uncontrolled indulgence, but rather an integral part of the human experience that needed to be approached with restraint and wisdom. They believed that giving in unchecked to sexual desires could lead to the slavery of emotions and the loss of control over oneself. The key lies in not depending emotionally on love, nor allowing it to control our actions or decisions. Instead, we must cultivate the inner strength to face situations with equanimity, accepting both the positive and negative aspects of love. In a world full of sensory stimuli that encourage us to excess, self-discipline stands as a beacon that guides us towards moderation. Stoicism warns us about the dangers of getting carried away by unbridled passions in love. Intense emotions, such as burning love or uncontrollable jealousy, can cloud our judgment and lead us to make impulsive decisions that damage the relationship. Instead, Stoics advocate a more rational and measured approach to love. We must use our reason to evaluate situations objectively, analyze the consequences of our actions, and make decisions based on the common good of the relationship. The Stoics promoted a harmonious balance between desire and self-discipline. This search for balance was based on the deep understanding that the excessive search for pleasure, far from leading to happiness, only generated dissatisfaction and emotional disturbance. Through their teachings, they warned of the negative consequences of overindulgence, such as chronic dissatisfaction, inner turmoil, loss of control over one's life, and ultimately, unhappiness. For them, the unbridled pursuit of pleasure was a trap that only led to suffering. The key to achieving serenity and well-being lies in finding a middle ground between unbridled indulgence and total repression of desires. Rule 3. Virtue, authenticity, and emotional freedom. For the Stoics, virtue was the guiding light for all human actions, including sexual relations. Virtue was not limited to an abstract or theoretical realm, but was manifested in every aspect of life, including intimate relationships. They believed that sexuality, like any other area of human experience, should be governed by ethical and rational principles. Although respect for your partner is a fundamental element of any healthy sexual relationship, virtue in this area goes beyond this basic principle. For the Stoics, sexual virtue implied a deep awareness of one's own dignity and the values shared with one's partner. This awareness of one's own dignity translates into an attitude of self-worth and respect towards oneself. This means being aware of one's own limits and needs and acting consistently with these principles in every intimate encounter. This approach highlighted the relevance of intention and authenticity as central elements to evaluate the morality of actions, as opposed to the traditional assessment based solely on social norms or religious dogmas. Furthermore, the Stoics advocated detachment from external goods, including physical pleasures, as a way to achieve emotional freedom. Instead of seeking happiness in external and temporary circumstances, they advocated the cultivation of emotional self-sufficiency, an internal strength that would allow them to face life's challenges with serenity and temperance. We really need to distance ourselves from common desires in search of lasting inner peace. Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on emotional balance and the pursuit of self-transformation, is not a relic of the past, but a beacon of wisdom that continues to illuminate the future. Rule 4. Conscious intimacy and connection. The Stoics emphasized the relevance of mindfulness and self-awareness as fundamental pillars in all areas of life, including intimate relationships. This approach invited individuals to cultivate a conscious presence in their sexual experiences, transcending mere physical satisfaction to enter into a deep and meaningful connection with their partner. From this Stoic principle, we can explore the idea that conscious intimacy and connection are essential to meaning and fulfilling romantic associations. A conscious exploration of the sexual experience was proposed, paying attention to the physical sensations, emotions, thoughts, and desires that arose in each moment. This mindfulness allowed individuals to better understand themselves and their partner, deepening intimacy and mutual understanding. Within Stoic philosophy, people are encouraged to reflect on their impulses, desires, and choices to ensure they align with their values and life goals. This approach contrasted with the impulsive pursuit of sexual pleasure, inviting individuals to take control of their emotions and actions. Mindfulness facilitates conscious and responsible decision-making, avoiding impulsive reactivity that could generate disappointment or regret. Intimacy involves consciously choosing to connect with a partner in a way that fosters deep emotional empathy and mutual understanding. It's about being completely present in the moment and valuing the quality of the connection over mere physical satisfaction. By practicing mindful intimacy, individuals can cultivate deeper emotional bonds and create relationships based on genuine communication and shared experiences. This Stoic-inspired approach reminds us that true satisfaction in a romantic relationship comes not from the fleetingness of physical pleasures, but from the deep connection that arises when two people engage in a thoughtful, emotionally rich partnership. Rule 5. Resilience in the face of relationship challenges. Stoicism, a philosophy that highlights virtue and reason as pillars of a fulfilled life, places a strong emphasis on resilience as a tool to face the challenges of existence. In the field of love and sexuality, this Stoic value takes on special relevance as it allows us to understand how the ability to adapt and overcome plays a crucial role in maintaining healthy and lasting romantic relationships. Loving relationships, by their very nature, are not free of obstacles and difficult moments. Incompatibilities, conflicts, losses, or simply the passage of time can test the strength of an emotional bond. Resilience in love does not mean resigning or denying the existence of problems. On the contrary, it involves recognizing difficulties, accepting them as part of the path, and from there, seeking creative and adaptable solutions. It is about finding a balance between flexibility to face changes and firmness in the values and principles that support the relationship. It is in these situations where resilience, inspired by Stoic philosophy, becomes a guiding light towards improvement. Stoicism teaches us that we have control over our responses to these challenges, even when we cannot control external events. By applying this principle to love, we can see difficulties in relationships as opportunities for growth and personal improvement. By adopting a Stoic mindset, people can approach relationship challenges with composure and rationality, rather than succumbing to emotional reactions or impulsivity. Overcoming the challenges of life as a couple together can significantly strengthen the emotional bond. By facing difficulties with fortitude, mutual trust deepens, communication becomes more honest, and empathy intensifies. Shared resilience becomes a fundamental pillar to build a stronger and more lasting relationship. This resilience in the face of adversity can strengthen bonds, foster understanding, and ultimately lead to longer, more satisfying relationships. Rule 6. The role of gratitude and acceptance. Gratitude and acceptance, fundamental pillars of Stoic philosophy, are revealed as concepts of great relevance in the field of romantic relationships and sexuality. Its practical application in these contexts can lead to deeper, more meaningful and satisfying experiences. Cultivating an attitude of gratitude toward our partner involves recognizing and valuing the positive aspects of the relationship, both big and small. This conscious appreciation allows us to focus on the good, strengthening the emotional bond and generating greater satisfaction in the relationship. Stoics believe in appreciating the present moment and accepting life's circumstances, which can also be applied to fostering healthier, more joyful love lives. In the context of relationships, practicing gratitude involves recognizing and valuing the positive aspects of the couple and the relationship itself. It means not taking love and intimacy for granted, but appreciating them as precious gifts. Acceptance, for its part, involves recognizing and accepting our partner as they are, with their virtues, defects, and imperfections. Stoicism encourages acceptance of the natural imperfections and uncertainties that accompany any romantic connection. This unconditional acceptance eliminates the need to judge or change the other, creating a space of safety and trust where genuine connection can flourish. Acceptance is essential to building a strong and lasting intimate relationship. This acceptance does not imply resignation or passivity, but rather a deep understanding that each individual is unique and imperfect, and that the beauty of the relationship lies in diversity and complementarity. By incorporating gratitude and acceptance into our approach to love and sexuality, we can experience greater satisfaction and harmony in our relationships, rather than dwelling on what might be lacking or seeking perfection. Gratitude and acceptance translate into full and satisfying sexuality. Appreciating your partner's body, enjoying the physical connection, and sharing intimate moments with full awareness and acceptance creates a space of trust and security where passion and love are expressed authentically and freely. Inspired people can find satisfaction in the genuine, imperfect beauty of their connections. Loving relationships, according to Stoicism, are an opportunity for personal growth. Through interaction with our partner, we can learn about ourselves, our strengths and weaknesses, and develop our virtues. In short, Stoicism offers a vision of love and intimacy based on reason, virtue, and acceptance of reality. It's not about denying emotions or avoiding pain, but rather cultivating inner strength and wisdom to navigate the ups and downs of love with maturity, compassion, and resilience. In the complex landscape of our lives in the modern world, the lessons of the Stoics, formed in a distant time, transcend the limits of time and remain solid guides for our contemporary existence, which often develops at a dizzying pace and full of challenges. So far our journey today, I invite you not only to reflect on these concepts, but also to incorporate them into your own experiences and intimate relationships as the Stoics recommend. If this content has resonated with you, give us a like and leave us your opinions and advice. Share your wisdom with us. Thank you for accompanying me on the path to the search for virtue and a full and meaningful life. Continue with us, applying this profound knowledge in our daily lives and growing, guided by the timeless and powerful Stoic philosophy.